Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you and getting into my weekly check-in. I have my budget balance right here, and I weekly check in on 4 categories, though I track 6 on my calendar, which I'll show you in just a minute. This week I gave myself $600 for grocery household, $200 for restaurants, $200 for miscellaneous, and every week I give myself 0 for unbudgeted. But if something happens to come up unbudgeted, I still need to track it, and I like doing that on the weekly check-in because then I know if I am being too spendy or being careless with my spending, things like that. So I have that there, and I always start with 0 and hopefully don't go negative. And that is where I am right now. So the weekly check-in, these stickers, I am so in love with these stickers in this color. It's one of my favorite colors in the world. This almost mauve-y, fall, purpley kind of color. It just speaks to me so much, and I love this color in this kit. So I hope you're enjoying it too. Let's go ahead and move to the calendar here that I have, where I track all of my spending. Now we're getting close to the last 3 months of the year. We're technically in the last 4 months of the year. And so my planner's really bulked up over here and not so much over here. So if it looks a little funny, that's the reason why. But this is what I spent this week. And I had 2 no spend days. My categories are pink for grocery household. This blue, the sticker wasn't right, so I ran a highlighter blue with it as well. For restaurants, miscellaneous is this mint green. Gas is this orange. Copays for medicines, doctor's appointments, etc. is right here in purple, and unbudgeted here in yellow. So as you can see, I have no unbudgeted. I'm very proud of myself this week. I've been going through a spending phase, and I really need to get in control of that. So Friday was very spending on eating out, and Saturday I have some miscellaneous and lots of groceries. It looks like we went to the grocery store 1, 2, 3, 4 times in one day. One was a pickup. Twice I did a pickup, and I went in for something that I forgot to put in for the pickup. And then my husband stopped at a couple of stores on the way home for some things. So I'll get in more detail about that in just a second. But we're ready to go ahead and get into our weekly check-in. I have my notes here taken care of and written out. And just to explain a little bit about my weekly check-in, I'm checking in 2 areas. I'm checking in for my credit card, where all my spending goes, where all this stuff, grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline, copays, unbudgeted, all of that, it all goes on the credit card unless it just can't. And then I have to account for it another way. And then I also have some bills on the credit card, which are over here highlighted in blue. So I'm looking for bills that are charged on the credit card but are part of my bill pay calendar. And this is where I keep my bills, and this is where I keep my spending. I create a second calendar for this area, and it works out really well to keep those separated. So I really do like that. So the first thing we have is this grocery household right here, $4.69 for 2 gallons of milk, and that's what that was. We go through a lot of milk in this house. I got a couple of young men that live here, and they like their milk, so I just keep getting it. The next thing we have here is $283.53. This was a grocery pickup at Meijer, and just a lot of meats, a lot of things for the week that we planned on eating, and what we had meal planned for the week. Now the next thing I have is this, where I had to run into the grocery store and pick up a pack of cheese. I could not believe American sliced cheese, 16 single wrap slices, which is what my husband likes. I think they're Kraft, and he's very particular, so I was like, okay, I'll just get that. But it was $5.29. I couldn't believe it, just 1 pack of cheese. And I'm thinking, I don't remember it being that high a couple years ago. And I remember paying $3.50, $4.50 for it at the most, and that was expensive to me. And now we're up to $5.29. Whew. Inflation has really hit the pockets of everybody, and I am praying for all of us, including you, as you're doing your groceries and trying to finagle your budget with your groceries, because it cannot be easy if your budget is already tight and you don't have a lot of disposable income. I'm definitely feeling the crunch, but not so much the pinch, because we do have enough disposable income for now for the next couple years. So, but I am getting nervous for the future. The next one was the grocery pickup. I had a second one. There were a lot of really good coupons that came through, and I knew in a week or two I was going to be buying these items, but they were going to expire soon. So I went ahead and got the items: laundry detergent, the Tide Pods and things like that, and the big, and I buy the biggest container you get of those, and things like that. It was $54.01, and it saved about $10 or $12, I think. I can't remember. I have to look back on that, but I do know I got some pretty good savings out of that. But I only requested anything that had a coupon. And I was just going through my digital coupons. I was watching a video that reminded me, hey, check your digital coupons for your store. Oh yeah, I need to do that. So that's what I did there. If I had thought about it a day before, I would have got it with the other grocery pickup. Liquor Mart. My husband stopped at the liquor store. I don't drink, but he does. And very responsible drinker, so I'm not worried about that. And then he also likes to mix drinks with this ginger beer. And he got two 6 or 8 packs of this particular ginger beer. I don't know. I don't like it, but it's all him. So I just let him be him, and it's not a big deal. So we have the weekly check-in here for grocery household. I'm going to total these numbers up right here, and we are going to have, make sure I got lighting okay, a total right here. So I'll be right back. All right, in grocery household, we spent in total $337.76. So that $600 that I had budgeted for a week, obviously I didn't spend it all, and I knew I wouldn't spend it all, and that's fine. But I did have enough to cover the grocery household. I did have, and that number will balance forward to week 2, and where I have actually more cash available than this previous week for a grocery household. So it was not too big of a deal, but it was a big deal. So I just made sure that we kind of stayed within budget this week, and it worked out just fine. So the next thing we have is restaurants. This day was a very busy day. And I'll start here at the bottom. Jojo Euros, not gyros. Jojo Euros is a kind of a Greek restaurant, and it's not even a restaurant. It's like in a food court at a mall, but they have really good lamb, pita bread, and just lamb gyros. And my husband hadn't been there before, and he really liked it. I really like it, so we went there for lunch. Earlier in the day, we had an appointment, and then before our appointment, we took our sons to this mall to walk around and explore while we were at our appointment, and then we came back and picked them up for our next appointment later that afternoon that they were part of. So, and it was in Lexington, and we live 45 minutes from Lexington, so we kind of had to all go at the same time. Let's see, Chick-fil-A, my sons ate, so we bought 2 different meals. But they ate the Chick-fil-A, and my husband and I ate the gyros. And then at Chick-fil-A, we all wanted ice cream, so that was separate. 2 milkshakes, 2 small ice creams. And then that night, by the time I got home, I was so brain fried, because that afternoon, my sons and my husband and I were at a lawyer's office setting up a special needs trust. Both my sons are autistic, and I just wanted this trust available so their benefits would not be disrupted because both of us passed away or something like that. So that was the point of that. But when I got home that night, $65.89 for Papa John's pizza. My husband wanted wings with that, so that's what that was. And then the next day I still wasn't clear enough to do cook dinner apparently, so we went to the restaurant, King Buffet. Sorry about the walking around upstairs. But that was me and my husband going out to dinner. So let's go ahead and total up all of this and find out how much we spent on restaurants. Okay, we spent $164.37. I am thankful that we spent on restaurants, that it was just the weekend and I'm not getting in the habit of going out to eat or getting restaurant in the middle of the week. So I'm very happy about that. Miscellaneous here, I have Sara Marie stickers. I wanted a new, this is a sticker storage organizer, and I love this cute sticker on the front. And it has these alternating pages of full page sheet where you can put a full sheet in, and then these little quarter sheets, I guess you would say. And mine is really full right now. I really need another one because I always get our kits and I've always got stickers, and I wanted a separate one to do for budgeting stickers, and then this one to do for the monthly, and I use these for my hourly planner and compact vertical. Oh, I don't have a compact an A5 horizontal, that's what I have. But I use compact vertical kits to decorate my A5 horizontal. So, but regardless, I got one of these, and then I needed more of these expense stickers, and then I needed some no spin stickers because I was running out of these. And so I ordered that, and that was $41.66. The disc system was not on sale, but the stickers were on. Well, I can get a 15% discount because she has a code for that. $20. My husband went to get his eyes checked, and I could have put this under copay. I didn't even think about that, but I'm going to leave it where I have it because my husband got safety goggles on top of what he had for his vision appointment. He did not need new glasses, but he did want safety goggles for where he works because he works in a lab, and that would go over his glasses really well. And those were $20. Actually, no, they are prescription goggles. He wanted them for where he worked, but he also wanted them for working out in the garage or working in on something else. I can't remember what he said. Anyways, he's an outdoorsman, so I'm sure he had somewhere to use it. And apparently I don't go with him. And so that was just $20, and I put it under miscellaneous because we weren't spending a lot out of that, and that was not a big deal. I could have put it under copays, but I don't know. It just didn't occur to me. So that's okay. And then last thing, Amazon, $40.83. On this day, I woke up to a beeping smoke detector in the house, in the basement actually, at 5 in the morning, and I had to wake up enough just to change the detector batteries, and so it quit beeping. But now that this one's going off, last year we replaced all the batteries at the same time. I'm sure others might start going off too. So this weekend we're going to take the batteries we bought from Amazon, and not every detector that we have, and we have several detectors. Some came with the house, some came with my Vivint home security thing. And so we have multiple detectors all over the house. And so we had to buy batteries for all of them. Until we can figure out how to get out the old ones, which were kind of wired in, kind of funky, we just are going to change the batteries, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I just was not happy waking up to that beep the other morning. Let's total up the miscellaneous. All right, that was $102.49. Then we had gasoline for $66.52. That was probably me. That was mine, because I had my husband fill up the tank before we drove to Lexington. Or did we do it on the way back? I can't remember, but we filled up a tank of gas there, and then I forgot to check off all these groceries. Okay. And then the last thing we have is this copay, $24. My son's doctor's appointment. He paid $24 for his copay. He's under my husband's insurance. My oldest son has two. He has the TRICARE insurance that we have, and he also has Medicaid. And so Medicaid will cover the cost of anything after. And so my oldest son actually has no copay when he goes to the doctor or get medicine. So that's kind of nice. I mean, we pay a lot for it, but you know, it's kind of nice when that happens. So that is the weekly check-in as far as the totals. I'm going to worry about this here in a minute. I'm trying to separate these two sections here in my head. So we're going to put these numbers down and finish up the weekly check-in. And then after that, we'll go to the bills calendar and I'll tell you what bills that came through on the credit card and what we need to pay in total on the credit card next. Okay, I have my weekly check-in. 337. Oops. It's hard to write when it's so thick and then it bows in the middle. So 337.76. 164.37. Miscellaneous is 102.49 and 0. Yay, no unbudgeted. I'm so happy. Okay, so that is where we're at. I always list things in the same order I do here as well as I do here. That way I can easily remember how. As a little tip for you guys, when you're doing your weekly check-in and you're checking in your categories, if you always put the categories in the same order, either on paper or over here on scrap paper or whatever, then it's easier to remember where everything is, and your eye automatically gets drawn to that part of the paper. So that's just a little tip there if you're struggling a little bit. Let's go ahead and get these totals. Yep. So right now we had $600 for grocery household and $337.76 is what we spent. I have a balance for paycheck 2 and week 2 of $262.24. And then I'm just going to put check mark here. That tells me that that's paid on the credit card for all of that. Next, I have $200 for $164.37 for restaurants, and that was $35.63 left over in that. So all of that's going to get paid on the credit card. 200 minus 102.49. Yay! 97.51 is what's left on that. And that looks good. And then obviously 0 for unbudgeted. And we're good there. So now I need to get the numbers. I gotta figure out how I did this. So paycheck 2, which is the next video coming up tomorrow. And I'm gonna close out paycheck 1. I'm gonna set up paycheck 2. This is also going to have $600. But these numbers are going to be, by the week, is going to be cut in half. So that's how I have to write this. I just had to talk that out because sometimes I forget and it's just crazy. So let's see here. 262.24 plus half of that is 300, and that gives me 562.24. All right, and then so that's gonna be 100 here, and then the 35.63, which I know you could do the easy math for that. 135.63, and that allows that other $100 bill to go here in week 3, and because paycheck 2 is 2 weeks long, not 1 week. That's why I had the number so heavy in the beginning. I wanted to balance forward enough cash to make sure everything got covered all the way through the month. because I'm using a credit card. I'm not really using cash to do this. So 100 plus the 97.51 for the miscellaneous, which is good because Sarah Marie is about to drop her sticker release. I think it's on the new sticker release. I have to think about that. 197.51, and then unbudgeted is 0. I think she's releasing new stickers here on the 15th. Yeah, not this Friday, but next Friday, and then the next week is her mystery kit week. If you like mystery kits, she has some really cool mystery kits. So this here will definitely give me enough, as long as I don't use it all or spend it all for something else. I can still buy my stickers under miscellaneous, so that works. Okay, so now I am ready to move on to figuring out how much I need to pay off on my credit card. So there we go. Oh, I don't know why I did it this way, because I got to go to my other calendar. All right, so my bills calendar here says from the 1st, and this is included on the 1st, I just have it on the day before because I don't have enough room for as much that comes out on the 1st, and that works for me. So I have the 1st through the 7th that I am covering. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. One is a new item, Kairos Christian. It's Christian counseling. Originally, I was going to pay it out of our savings, but I was thinking the other day, I kind of don't want to spend this little $1,200 that I have in my joint savings account with my husband. It's $1,203.75. It was tithing savings, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Even though my husband and I prayed about it and thought, oh, this would be where the money comes from to pay for that. If it fits in the budget, why not put it in the budget? So I decided to put it in the budget. Either way, it doesn't really matter. That it's the same funnel of money. I do plan to use some of this, but I think I'm going to give to a few people. And so this is kind of like an abundance sinking fund, or some kind of blessing sinking fund in our minds, in our hearts when we pray. So that is what that's all about. And I just haven't really done that yet. And until now that I've said it out loud. So that makes a lot of sense to me. So I have here a bunch of bills that got charged to the credit card, God's Pantry. That was just an automatic donation we give every month. And since we pay no interest on our credit card because we don't allow it to sit more than a week or two on there, and we're always paying enough to keep the interest at bay, we had $87, and this is a tithing to God's Pantry, local food bank that's popular around here. $224.26. This went up significantly from $199 or $98 or something like that. Previous months, just under $200. I think it was like $27 difference. But I did call them, and they're supposed to rearrange that and give me a whole new deal, and it's supposed to be $150 something. So next month, hopefully that went through okay. Amazon Music here. And then, like I said, Kairos. And Kairos is Latin for aha, like aha, the light bulb moment or something like that. And I thought that was a cute name. Christian Counseling. And then, great counselor, by the way. We really liked him. He was first time meeting him, so it was really, really cool. And then $6.99, Paramount Plus went up by $1. I was like, daggone it. I had been grandfathered in for so many years at $5.99 when they first came out as CBS All Access. And now they hiked it up $1, so that's okay. Okay, so now that I have all of this, I can come over here and just total up. All right, so I have 300. Wait a minute, there was one more. And it's not on here. I added it later. Okay, yeah, added it later. So I'm going to have to add it here. We weren't going to continue Humana Health, but when it came time to make the call, which is $570 a month. We couldn't do it. We wanted to turn off this TRICARE insurance for our oldest son, but and just let him have Medicaid alone. But our gut just instincts were like, no, we can't do that. So we're not sure why we felt that way, and maybe it's not really that big of a deal, but maybe it is. I don't know. So we're just, he pays rent, and that comes out of his rent, so we're just going to keep doing that. We could save that every month. We'll reevaluate in December when, right before the new rate changes come out. They always go up every year, and if it's really something we can't sustain, he can't sustain, then we probably won't do it next year. But we'll hold on to it for a few more months. So $967.87 is what our bills were on our credit card. So this is a pretty large amount that we need to pay on the credit card. So I'm going to move this off to the side. And we are going to add that. And then I'm going to add all this at the top as well. All right, so right now we owe the credit card $1,662.92. And all right, so that's the weekly check-in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
I never thought in the wildest dream I'd see you again. Never dreamed about nothing else.